Good morning, my beautiful people. Today, I'm going to do an updated beauty routine. Get ready with me. I don't do long makeup tutorials. I don't take very long to do my makeup to begin with. I don't put foundation all over my face. I'm not a normal person. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do my makeup. Honestly, there's no rules. You do it how you want to. And yeah, just watch and see if you like it. Pick up a thing or two or don't, whichever. But we're gonna go through the makeup that I am most into right now. I don't like super matte. I'm not a super matte kind of person. I do like some type of dewy or sheen to my makeup. You know, we're getting older. We don't want those fine lines showing any more than they have to, right? All right, so I've already washed my face, used my moisturizer. I'm really into the CeraVe line right now. I typically would use Tula, but it's more expensive, and I was just trying out another face wash to see if it was kind of like a dupe for it, and to be quite honest, I feel like it's better. Isn't my headband very fashionable? I love it! Okay, now let's get started. First, I'm gonna prime my face. I like to prime my face with a matte primer because I am a very oily person. So I like to mix. Hold on 1 second, please. My dogs. Here. Go. Let's go outside. Okay, now, where were we? Okay, so the primer, I like to mix. I'm into the Tarte, I don't know what kind this one is, Timeless Smoothing Primer. I'm into this one. And then I like the Smashbox. Like I said, I like to have a matte primer. I'm an oily person. You don't need much. If you use too much, sometimes it might actually backfire and cause more pimples. But we'll just see. Okay. So I like to put this on first. I don't like it all over. So we're gonna put this on. And then there's this product that I like to put under my eyes, which tightens your skin. I'm not even joking, watch. I had to grab my makeup towel. Okay, so this is the Peter Thomas Roth. It's called Instant Firm Eye X, okay? This is what it looks like. It is so good. You cannot use a lot of it. If you use a lot of it, it'll give you a white cast. It'll start peeling off your foundation and everything. Do not use a lot of it. More than likely, the best idea I would say is to mix it with a primer so that way it dilutes it a little bit. But I've just learned, like, see, look at the cap. See that white stuff on it? That's what it'll look like on your face. So you literally use the smallest amount. Like I'm just using, I don't know if you can see it. It's just a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. So you just put it right in the corner here, and it'll tighten it up. I'm not even kidding, it tightens it. Alright, so we're gonna let that sit right there for a second. I love this stuff, I'm not even kidding, I love it. Moving on. When I do my makeup in the morning, I'm not even kidding, I don't like spending a lot of time on the base. So it takes about 5 minutes. 5 minutes top. Now, foundations. Remember how I said I'm a very oily person and I like to be matte? I like to be matte underneath, not on top. Because if you have a foundation that's going to be super matte, you're going to see every wrinkle line on your face, and that is just not attractive. So I like to mix. Right now, this Catrice True Skin drugstore, amazing. The coverage is beautiful. It's a skin-like finish. It's not super matte, does not leave me super oily. However, I also mix it with this Tarte Shape Tape because the Shape Tape is a little bit matte, but it also has a lot more coverage. So I like to mix. I'm not your typical foundation concealer. I do it wherever I want, essentially. So what we're gonna do, that's got the black underneath. Okay, I'm gonna take this. We're gonna put, why do I still have black on here? Okay, so I'm gonna take some of my foundation, but first I'm gonna put this on here. I put my Shape Tape, just little dots. I don't do the whole down and across, because that's just too much, to be honest. That's too much. You would look like a cake face, in my own opinion. So I don't do that. Dot, 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 dot. And I hardly put any foundation on my forehead. So I will take some of this and I will put some of this on there because that concealer is super matte. So I put some of this on here because it adds a little bit of dewiness, hydration, and that's what we want. We don't want to look super matte. And if anyone has this foundation, please put in the comments below how much you despise this bottle, because I despise this bottle. And when I get tan, it's very hard for me to find the right shade for some reason, because I get so dark and I feel like I'm struggling with it. So I use a lot of different colors to get what I want. But now we're at this stage. I'm gonna take my blending brush. I still have the True Skin on my finger, so I'm going to just dab it a little bit there, here, here. So this is what I look like. I do not put foundation all over my face, I'm telling you. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. So I'll start on the outside, work my way out. Outside, work my way out. As you can see, the amount that is already on my face, you do not need much. A lot will go a long way, I'm telling you. Okay, so now we're at this stage. Just keep doing it. And you guys, this brush, I got it from my BoxyCharm. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. Love it. And then whatever's the excess, I just go over on my forehead. Because I do have a lot on my brush still. Sorry about my dog. Again, we all can't do everything right, you know? Mistakes, things happen. Just cover it with this. Go over my eye. Okay. Now we are at this stage. My setting powders that I like to use right now, Mercier. It's the one setting powder that I have found that is not super drying, super heavy, leaves a white cast, flashback, any of that. This is the winner. I usually get the clear, like translucent, the white one, but this time I'm trying the yellow. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I still have some time to try it, so we'll see. But I only put a little bit under my eyes. I don't want a lot. And then for my all over face powder, I'll show you what I use. I don't use this because it's a very expensive powder and I just need special powder for under my eyes. Essentially is how it goes. I don't have to be as picky, I guess you could say, for all over the face powder. So right now I'm using the Nikita Dragon. I wanted to try it because when I saw Manny's makeup review on it, the setting spray had floaties in it, and he just said it wasn't up to his standards. So I had to try it, of course. I did get it. The setting spray is like pure alcohol in your face. Do not get it. It's awful. This is a very strong scent. So if you do not like strong scents like your grandmother, do not get this. But I do like it. It is bright. It's lightweight. Does not leave you super matte. Just dropped my whole cap full. That's so cool. So just put this all over my face. We got this up here. I usually try to go as fast as possible. I do not like sitting here doing my makeup. I don't. It's just not fun for me. It's just not. I just like that product after. Okay, checkmate. Done there. Now for my eyes, okay? Let's go that way. I am going to put just a tiny bit of foundation. I'm going to use this Catrice one. Doesn't matter what you use because it's going to be covered anyways. But I don't like to use a lot of foundation on top of my eyes because I feel like you could see it. You know, like it will be very heavy on the eyes, and you could definitely tell when someone's got just a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry if I'm not in the whole screen. Okay, so now we've got that. Now I gotta fix my lashes. Guys, this mirror is phenomenal, just saying. It's one of those that you hook up, and it's a Bluetooth, and you can play music through it, you can charge your phone through it, you can do all types of cool stuff. I absolutely love it. Now, I'm just fixing my lashes. Okay, so we've got that on. I'm gonna do my eyebrows in a second. So that the concealer, foundation, whatever, does not crease in your eyelids. Let's just put a light color on for right now until we get to the eyes. I'm gonna do some sparkle today. Some light sparkle, mix it with this. I always use my finger, always, because the color payoff, I feel like, with your finger versus a brush is totally different. Why it does that, I don't know if it's the oils from your skin warming it up, being able to hold the shadow better. I don't know what it is, to be honest, but I just like to use my finger for that part. Okay, so now we're good there. Just a light coating on top. Now let's get to the eyebrows. Lately, I've just been liking the, whatever it's called, brow pencil. Have not had enough coffee this morning. I usually like the brow pencils right now, but I'm all out of it. And the one that I'm really, really liking, it's the $1 Billion Brow. Loving it right now. It's a perfect match for my color. Love how it's not super pigmented, and it is creamy. Because when you're using very creamy, pigmented brow pencils and you are not somebody that's very used to them, you can tend to end up with brows that are very, very dark. And if that does happen, I tend to put setting powder on my brows to, one, hold the pomade, pencil, whatever you're using in place so that it does not move, but also to lighten the color, because I am known for that. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to just spray myself with some setting spray after the base. I like to use this one. This one makes me think of, like, remember the cinnamon? It smells like what's that cinnamon gum that we used to have? Something. But this is exactly what it smells like. I'm not even joking. Exactly what it smells like. Okay, so now I'm going to do my brows. And right now, like I said, because I'm out of the pencil, I've been using this pomade. Same pomade I've always used. It's the Anastasia. I've tried so many other pomades, and I'm telling you, if you are somebody new trying to do a pomade, do not go cheap, because it's going to make you hate it. I did the NYX one first, and I ended up hating it so much because it was so pigmented, so heavy, and it just felt like it was very kind of like hard to work with. And I gave up on it. And then people kept saying, you know, ABH one is perfect, perfect, perfect. So I finally spent the money on it, got it, and it's perfect because it's very creamy, it's very smooth. There's a lot of pigment to it, but it being so smooth makes it easier to work with, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna do this one. I just gotta fill them in. Brows are probably the one thing I hate the most when you're doing your makeup. Not even gonna lie. Brows, 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 brows. They seem like you always have one that's gonna cooperate and one that is not. So you just gotta go for it. But I do like the color match. I like how you can work with it, you know, like I didn't put much on my brush and it looks like it's so natural. It's well worth spending the money. That's what I'll say. And if you make a mistake, you get too dark, you can put the setting powder over top of it, and that will diffuse the whole color. And honestly, when I do it, I'll fill it out, but I like to take my hand and go around like that, and it helps form the arch. I don't know, it's just something that I do. So. Now you guys could get a little taste of what I do, but okay. I'm literally not doing much. This is all I'm gonna do. Done. Now, let's do the eyes. It depends. So if I'm doing like a really sparkly look, I'll do the eyes first. But today I'm just doing a really simple, natural look, not getting too into it. I'm kind of nervous today. I have a lot going on today. So I thought I'd make a video to kill time because today's a really big day for me. And there's a difference from a victim that is telling their story, a survivor telling their story, a warrior telling their story, than bashing somebody. Somebody is not playing the victim mode if they are sharing their experiences in the hopes of helping another person. There's a big difference in that. And I just want to make that clear to anybody that's struggling, going through something right now. Make sure that you never feel scared to express the way things happened or what your truth was or anything like that, because your opinion is the only opinion that matters. So I'm just using this Profusion palette. I have so many palettes, but I'm a very neutral kind of girl. I'll either do purples or pinks, but I don't go too crazy. So this is just a basic Profusion palette. I think turned off because I wasn't using it. So I'm going to start in my upper corner because I have hooded eyes. It makes it a lot more difficult to have cooler looks like other girls do. And it sucks. It breaks my heart, but I'm getting better at it. So maybe one day I'll be able to do it. Alright. So I'm just going up in the top crease, where your brow bone is, right? So you just go up where your brow bone is, back and forth, your transition color. Honestly, do I follow all those steps? No. Because makeup has no rules and you do what you want. I gotta get my brows done. But, like I said, I'm just gonna do a simple little look. Now, do I feel like being more glowy? Should we be more glowy? Okay, so I'm gonna take this color right here. This color, which, let me tell you, look at this one. Look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's so pretty. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the payoff on it. So, my thing is with the glitter ones, I like the ones that aren't super chunky. I'm trying to find one that makes it look really wet. So if anyone has any eyeshadow ideas that are like super wet, please put it in the comments below. Let me know what I should try next, because I really, really want to find one that has the wet look to it. I mean, this one kind of does, but it could be a lot better. Okay. So next, I'm just going to blend this out really quick on the top so that you don't have any harsh lines, because you don't want the harsh lines. You want them all to look seamlessly blended together. In this palette, it really, really, really is blendable eyeshadows. They're very, very nice. They're not super powdery. Doesn't have a lot of kickback, and the pigment is really, really nice on them. So I like them. And people talk crap about drugstore palettes, but to be honest, I'm loving it a lot. Okay, so next we're gonna do the contour and bronzing. Like, this is all I'll do with my eyes. Until I finish everything else, I might put a little eyeshadow underneath, but because I have my lashes done, I don't put eyeliner on. And if I were to put eyeliner on, it covers up most of the eyeshadow because I have hooded eyes. And then it'll end up coming up here, and it's just a pain in the butt, so I avoid it unless I'm putting it underneath in the waterline under there. Alright, so my favorite stuff to use for contouring and bronzing is the Scott Barnes palette, because I have such cool tone in the winter, and then in the summertime I get a lot more golden tone. So with his palette, it literally has everything you need. I have yet to find a palette that's got this color and this color. And I mean, hell, even that color. But I absolutely love it. And if you're gonna splurge on a palette for contouring and bronzing, use this. I'm dead serious. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use this. When you're using it for your contour, I was always told that you go up. Yes. you go up with it like this. You never go down. So we're just gonna go up like this. And honestly, when you do your contour, don't focus too hard on it and make it seem like you have to have the perfect colors, because if you spend too much time on it, you're gonna end up getting it super muddy because you're gonna be thinking about it too hard. So don't. We're just gonna do a little bit here. A little bit here. You like my faces? And then I just bring it down here, swipe this way, swipe this way. Now, bronzing. I like the beachy look, the blush look, if you will. So I'm gonna use this with my bronzing. We're gonna use this one, and then that one. Do it very lightly. And then we're just gonna come around here. It's kind of almost like a 3. You go 3 and then down here. But if you do the 3, right, you're going like this, it's gonna end up right here. I don't want it right there. I want this all to be clear. So I'm gonna put it this way, this way, this way. And just a little bit on my nose. You guys like my fashionable headband? Isn't that nice? I got it from my lash lady. Okay, now that is done. I'm going to get my blush and highlight, which again is the Scott Barnes blush highlight palette. What I love most about this palette is not only all of the different colors for blush, but he's got the highlight in it too. And he's got this color. This is one color that I don't see in a lot of blushes. This one and this one, a lot. It's usually like these two and this two. This middle part would be out. So I love it. The color payoff, the pigmentation, you cannot beat it. You really cannot. It's just very, very gorgeous and beautiful. And if you're gonna splurge on a blush palette, this is it. So I really like to go in this one. It's called Sweet Cheeks, Rose, and Mango Fizz. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so pretty? A little tip on the nose. And then just add a little bit of like sheen to it, because these are all matte. I'm gonna use this one. This one's got a little bit of sheen, but you guys see there's like not much of a kickback. Just a little bit, not much. Oh, it's just so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. All right. And I'm going to use the highlighter, but for this highlighter right here, I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm gonna put a little bit right here, because I'm gonna end up using Jaclyn Hill's face powder, which I think she originally meant it to be a setting powder, but it's just too dewy looking to be a setting powder, if that makes sense. There's too much glitter in it. So I like to use it for my highlight. And you don't want to go too far in, because it'll be very, very brightening. So what I'm going to do is just go from here out. You guys see how that, like, oh my god, look at that. That's so crazy. Like, I'm glowing to the gods right now. Okay. I'm going to bake also while I'm waiting. I don't know if anyone still does the whole baking, but I do. And it just helps clean up your edges, make it look a little more smoother, and really gives you that contrast of being defined. So then I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Clear off this part of my desk before I put my arms in it. And then I'm going to put some shadow underneath my eyes, because I don't do much for the eyes, and that's all we're gonna do. My videos are typically far and few between, but I promise I will be doing more videos, more content. So if there's something you want to see, put it in the comments below, whether that be different hairstyles, clothes, makeup, anything, just put it in the comments below, and I'll be on top of making more videos for you guys, I promise. So I'm just going to go back to that Profusion palette, and I'm just going to do a light brown. We're going to do light brown under the eyes. We're going to be very subtle today. We're going to be very professional-like. How about that? Okay. Now I can take my headband off. Okay. And I'm going to wipe off this powder. And then for lips, I'm just going to do something very neutral. As you guys can tell, I'm probably one of the most neutral girls you'll ever see, honey. I'm going to use Lala Cosmetics. I got her stuff in, and the colors are beautiful. The pigment's beautiful. The packaging could be better. You could just tell that it's very cheap, and coming from Lala, I wouldn't have expected it, to be honest. This is the first time I got it. It's broke. So I can't, like, you have to be very careful trying to get it up, but like I said, I broke it, so I don't know. Oh yeah, the whole thing came out. Love it. We're still gonna use it though. Okay. Like I said, see, the color's super pretty, but I just feel like her packaging, she could have invested a little bit more for her packaging, because it's not it. I was very disappointed. Okay. Now, I feel like adding just something at the end. One more little thing. One more little thing. Just a tad bit darker. I'm gonna go into this. I don't even think it has names. This one doesn't have names. I got this from TJ Maxx for $3. So we're gonna go just a little bit darker right there. And that is how I do my makeup, and this is perfect timing because I need this phone call.